Hello car lovers driving the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness. This is the all-equipped model. All right, so this is something that we've wanted for quite some time. Ross loves this vehicle. He's kind of like Ross is the kind of guy who's he's gonna persuade you. All right, he's gonna persuade you. He's gonna bring it on. And perhaps when I first tried this vehicle in 2018, I thought this was more, I don't want to say a one-trick pony, but it seemed to be focused on the four-wheel drive aspect. I find Subarus have more or less, if you took away the four-wheel drive, would anybody buy these things? And I gotta say that I'm seeing more and more their use, at least in our Canadian climate, and in terms of their general qualities. I'm just gonna go run through them. All right, so I've reviewed this vehicle before. The full specs, you can go see that review. Just type 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Christopher Car Reviews, you'll find it. So this is just more a victory lap for this vehicle. It is the one that is sold the best in all of Subaru, at least in the province of Quebec. We have winters. Let's just go through a few of the specs. It does get good fuel economy. It's a 2.5 liter boxer engine, and it comes with a CVT. That is what it is. It's got decent power figures. At least when you're driving around, it doesn't feel underpowered. I'd like a hybrid option. However, nevertheless, this is what it is. This is what Subaru is offering for us now. When we look at it from the outside, it looks really like a raised hatchback, right? But it kind of like, because it's so raised and it's so well space managed on the inside, we kind of give it like a subcompact crossover type look, right? We compare it with those vehicles, and I think it's appropriate. It does compare well to some of its other rivals. The pricing, well, it's from 30 to 40,000 roughly, and this is the highest price version. You get a Harman Kardon sound system, you get the full driving aids, you get these kind of like classy seats, these trick seats. They are very comfortable. Subaru seats are always above average in terms of comfort, and this continues in the subcompact segment. Other qualities it has, well, it has the wonderful four-wheel drive system. In winter, in Quebec winters, you don't feel the winter, right? So it turns 4 seasons into 3 seasons, which is really awesome. Not all of its rivals do that, though many of its rivals do offer an inferior four-wheel drive, though any four-wheel drive is better than no four-wheel drive, especially in the winter. Just note that Subaru's is the best. And combined with winter tires, good winter tires, you're just so far ahead of the game. 5-star safety rating, so it is safe, very secure. On the inside now, when we look at the intrinsic Subaru qualities, what are those intrinsic Subaru qualities? It is the driver inputs and the visibility. We have here excellent visibility here, really awesome. Combined with this small sunroof, this is a gloomy day. It takes away some of the gloom, this sunroof and these giant windows. Giant windows are also very useful when parking, for your visibility, right? When you're looking at your blind spot. Very good on that level. So Subaru on that takes away some of the anxiety that you would normally have from driving a crossover, right? Because some subcompact crossovers don't have this great visibility, right? And that's often one of the things that people don't enjoy when you're going to a crossover, is the visibility restrictions versus, let's say, a well laid out compact sedan. So that's very good. Lots of room for Ross and I in front. We're not complaining. I can sit behind myself. Very good. This is good. So the trunk room is reasonable for a vehicle this size. When you bring down the seats, as you can see, I think you can put a bicycle in here if you take off the front wheel, so you can bring this out and do your activities. 55-inch televisions, barbecues, things like that. You don't have to bother anyone when you're going to go buy big items at Costco. You can go with this vehicle. This is a standalone vehicle. All right. So this is very good. On the equipment level, well, it's the build quality is good. The aesthetic quality is average. The infotainment is clearly the biggest screen in the category, I think, or if not one of the biggest. So that's very good. Big buttons here, so when you're going in the different options, much easier to navigate at that level, just in terms of the bigness of it. However, you do have the climate control integrated, which is less evident, I would say. So kind of a mixed bag there. Dinosaur dash, lots of buttons on the steering wheel. The steering wheel it's been a Subaru steering wheel since I began test driving them. Same type of leather made out of plastic. No surprises there. And I think it is class appropriate. Where Subaru has a problem with this steering wheel and this layout is on their other more expensive vehicles. But at this price, I think it's very appropriate. So this is what it is. All right. They've improved sound insulation, I believe, over time. When I go drive it on the highway, it is not as noisy as it used to be. It is average for the category. I think perhaps 1 or 2 models do better. I can think of Taos and HRV. All right, so there's that to think about. So really a niche special vehicle, right? It has competitors, but it doesn't really have a direct competitor, right? No one offers this kind of subcompact, large, off-roady capable 4-wheel drive. So we have to compare it to others who are similarly priced, and that's where I'm going with this. Those are my complete thoughts on this vehicle. I think from a reliability point of view, I don't think there's any problem. So therefore, I can easily recommend it long-term purchase or lease for that level. The CVT and this 2.5 liter Boxer engine seems to be sorted out, and I think Subaru can be commended for that. In the past, their 4-liter Boxers, they leaked oil and they drank a lot of gas. This is no longer the case. So they're more reliable and they are less thirsty. Still missing a hybrid option though. The visibility, the 4-wheel drive, the reliability, good fuel economy, very easy to drive. And I'm driving on Montreal Trail. Like, this is literally a trail, right? We could be going with an all-terrain vehicle and we'd be testing its suspension. Well, the Subaru just walks right through this. So if you're living in the city of Montreal or in the suburbs, we all know that we're not going to be getting better roads anytime soon because of all kinds of reasons. We know who we live with, we know where we live with, and so that's just the way it is. So this vehicle with these 17-inch wheels, with these high ratio tires, which gives you a lot of rubber to absorb a lot of the bumps, well, when you're driving in the city, it is no problem. And so you don't have to worry about these bumps that you're taking. And so it's very reassuring, a low stress driving. And Subaru, a lot of people at work own these, and customer satisfaction through the roof. Everyone loves their Subaru Crosstrek. Nobody would change it. I don't see people selling them after 2 years, which is not the case with other vehicles. So high customer satisfaction is really a good indicator. And those are my thoughts on the very good Subaru Crosstrek. I think it's recommendable for the lease. I think it's recommendable for the midterm purchase, and I also think it's recommendable for the long-term purchase. It's a great vehicle, especially if you live above the snow line. And that is the review. By the way, if you like this review, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. And if you really like it, well then of course, you should subscribe, and that is it.